Are women attracted to like bad guys?
Bad boys?
Bad boys, bad guys, whatever you want to call it. And if so,
bad guys bad guys sounds like criminal. Bad boys.
bad boys. Okay, maybe bad boys.
Should we say just obnoxious, douchey guys?
Sure.
Is that what we're saying?
You could just replace that with the word asshole and it'd be fine too. But what do you guys think? Anybody can jump in here.
Gosh, I think that I saw that in my like younger self.
Yeah.
For sure. Because as a very young person, I think I was constantly pushed to nurture and feel empathy. And the people who needed that most were, the bad boys. I remember that I went to like this bizarro inner city middle school. So a very young girl, just approaching adolescence and whatever. And I remember constantly, getting to be friends with like these wounded boys. Like there was one that like lived in a group home. And then when I moved to another school and ended up dating this kid was from a troubled family and, all this kind of thing. And I remember just this outpouring of empathy for them and this feeling like they need me, because I was pushed to nurture and pushed to like constantly express that empathy. And so I could kind of see that tendency and like why that happens. I don't have a lot of good examples of myself, but I just, disposed of that pretty quickly and figured out that that's not what I wanted, when I was starting to date as, a little bit older person.
Yeah. I've never thought about it that way. I mean, I think there's a lot, I've broken down sort of that argument in my head a lot of different times because people always say that like girls just want bad boys or whatever, but like the empathy and the nurturing and the caring, like, there's not a better place for it than when someone is super troubled or upset or they're not good. And like, I can help that. Like I'm equipped to fix that. I'm equipped to do that. So you think, I've never thought about that element. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
I would totally agree with that. I think because I was also a rescuer. And so, all the boyfriends.
A rescuer of men.
Yeah. I just always like wanted to be with people who like needed me and needed help and were dysfunctional. And he was the first healthy person that I was with. And, but then also I think another aspect of it, when I think of a bad boy, I think of someone who exudes confidence.
Yes.
And I think that that's probably the attractive quality is that usually these like bad boys are like overly confident and just like breathe that out into the world. And everybody knows confidence is attractive and that's,
Rides
so
a motorcycle.
The leather jacket.
I mean, what screams confidence more than butt scooting on the dance floor?
Exactly. Yes.
I mean, honestly, though, absolutely.
Singing karaoke takes a lot.
Oh, I couldn't do it.
Seriously,
totally.
like
if that was my first interaction with my wife, it would not have worked. I would have been over in the corner being like, that guy butt scooting is really weird.
I wouldn't say though that like butt scooting and karaoke is the mark of a bad boy.
It was a different kind of confidence.
I mean, it's a mark of confidence, but it's not a mark of a bad boy.
Interesting answers though. Any thoughts on that, Joe?
The only other thought I had about that, because I've been thinking about this a lot since we started talking about it, is the like maybe a small piece. I don't actually know if this is true or not. I'm just theorizing. Maybe a small piece of it too is like if you see someone who's willing to be maybe like a little like violent in situations or a little volatile or whatever. Maybe there's a piece that, like you feel safer knowing maybe he would do that to protect you.
A little bit of crazy.
Yeah, like but that like you're hoping that would be like
beneficial?
A protective instinct. I don't know. I'm just
I can see that.
I'm still mulling
That would
on
make
it.
sense.
Yeah.